You wanna ride, well buckle up, you never know. Spitting game, we talking banks, call that a show. Finessing is my thing, I had to let them know. Patience, you've been waiting. Talk about it, what's on your mind? Profit, peace, and progress has to focus on the grind. Talk about it, what's on your mind? It's the late night special.
Cause I'm misunderstood, I'm only human. Sometimes I can't see if things are illusion. Tricks won't get me, and I guess I proved it. Saturday night that's driving, Sunday night we in the fight. Monday I give you your time, then Tuesday it all seems alright.
Yep.
Circle is every week, even hurt you, cause he's up and down.
Yep. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Finesse's only. What's good? We're in the building, man. Rich and Unemployed, the podcast, late night special. And I am your host, Jonathan Dupiton, aka Finesse. Better known as Rich. I got all type of names, man. How y'all doing tonight? How y'all feeling? Where I'm at is 2 a.m. Hope y'all full of positivity. Hope y'all full of life. Hope y'all full of aspiration and motivation. I'm just here to motivate. I'm just here to speak through my soul, through my spirit. And man, before we start, man, just go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't. If you're new to the channel, man, this is a dope podcast. I don't gotta say it. You can read the comments. It's growing and it's growing fast. So I want you to be a part of this community. Join my Discord, man. I got a community where I'm helping guys level up. I'm helping people just level up, especially when it comes to women, when it comes to your finances. Join the Discord. The link is in the description. So, I mean, without further ado, man, this is the late night special. And then today we have a intriguing topic. Intriguing topic, man, and I know a lot of people can relate to this. Either you dealing with it now, or you probably deal with it in the past, or you're gonna deal with it in the future. But I'm gonna call this "Sink the Ship." Sink the ship, man. And when I say sink the ship, I'm not talking in a literal sense. A ship can be anything that you holding on to, that you're using as some type of leverage, some type of crutch that you're holding on to get by. And when I say this, I'm speaking to the people that want to do something in life, and it's something holding you back, right? And I want to start it off with a story so it can kind of make sense. So let me start off with a story in history. It was a guy named Cortez. Cortez, this was back in like the 1500s or some shit like that. I don't know. But Cortez, they were from Spain, and he had aspirations of being a ruler, a conqueror. And he started off, on the lowest positions. And he worked his way up the ranks. And they made a voyage from Spain to Cuba. And then from Cuba, they were supposed to go to Mexico to gather up, to bring back gold. Right? They were supposed to go to Mexico to collect gold and then come back. He had 500 men, a few ships, maybe like 5 or 6 ships, and took off to Mexico to bring gold back to Cuba. But in his mind, that was the mission for Spain. That wasn't his mission. His mission was to rule Mexico. That was his plan all along. He wanted to rule Mexico, he saw the opportunity. Okay, look, let me get the king to send me off to Mexico to be the leader for the crew. And what he did was when he got to Mexico, he decided that he was going to conquer it. He had 500 men, and the only way he could do it was to sink the boats, the ships that they had. So what he did was he sunk them. They woke up the next day. The whole crew, and they seen that most of the ships that they traveled with were sunken. And his excuse was, or the reason was, worms ate up the bottom of the ship and they sunk. And I think they had about 1 or 2 ships left. And from there, he seen the morale of his soldiers. They were sad. You know, they had all this stuff back in Cuba. They had their wives, they had, you know, their properties, they had, you know, whatever they had going on back in Cuba, and they were kind of sad about it. So what he did was, well, first what happened was it was 2 guys that figured out his bullshit, that figured out that he was finessing them. You know, finesses only. He figured out that day he was finessing them, and he was spreading rumors throughout the tribe, the community, and, you know, people was losing faith in this guy. You know, they was mad at him. So what he did was he killed him. He hung him. And then what he did was he sunk the other 2 ships, and he addressed his community like, yo, listen, yes, I did it. I was the one. But listen, man, we ain't going back. Whatever you got back going over there, bro, that shit is dead. We ain't going back. This Mexico right here is ours. We came here to take over. And they trying to figure out, like, how the hell we gonna take over with 500 guys? But what he was trying to explain to them was, with that type of mindset that you got, y'all sad about what you got going back home. You're not even in the mind state to even fight the Aztecs to win over the country, to win over the land. So by him burning ships and making it there was no way back. It was only win or die. So if they still had the ships, they were still having the back of their mind like, okay, you know what? Even if this shit don't go right, I can go back home to whatever I had going on. We have a way out. But by burning the ships, it was no way out. They fought, right? So it was 500,000 Aztecs versus their 500 men. What Cortez did was he gathered up a bunch of allies in Mexico that were against the Aztecs. I don't remember the number, but it was 500,000 versus something, and they went to war like they had everything to lose. With their back against the wall, they fought like hell. When you're back against the wall, you basically fight with extra strength. When you fight, when you have like a crutch, when you have something to lean on, when you know, like, all right, well, shit, I know I can make it out of there. I'm not gonna die. When you have that mindset, you're not gonna be as strong. You're not gonna be as mentally strong, physically strong. And he ended up winning that war. That's the story in history. Look up Cortez versus the Aztecs. It's actually in the book of 33 Strategies of War. I'm really big on Robert Greene. 33 Strategies of War, Art of Seduction, 48 Laws of Power, the 50th Law with 50 Cent, Laws of Nature. I'm into all of those books, and those are like my Bibles for life. And so what I'm trying to explain to you, like how you can compare this to your life. Let's just say that you have a job, or you're working, or you have a hustle or something, but you really want to be, an entrepreneur. You really want to start a business. You really want to own a trucking company. You want to start doing real estate. Or you out here selling drugs, or you out here scamming, you're finessing, but you know in the back of mind what you really want to do, but you won't do it because you have this crutch, you have this thing that you're holding on to that's stopping you right? That's stopping you from pushing further, from actually taking that extra step to making that shit happen. And I can reverse this back to my situation, right? I dealt with this before. You know, like I was going through, you know, my old mind state, like, you know what, bro, like, I can always finesse. I can always go back in that bowl and make something happen out of it. You know what I'm saying? That bowl is, you know, the finesse, the illegal way. I can always go make a meal out of that. I can always go do that. And when I was doing it, like I was so comfortable, because I got two situations. I was so comfortable in that situation that I didn't have to do anything else. Knowing that I wanted to do something else in life, I just didn't do it because I was making money over here. And I couldn't transition over to this other side because I was so comfortable making money, doing my thing over here, that I didn't put all my time, energy into this, right? So it's another situation as well where I had a lot of money. I ain't gonna say a lot, like I was comfortable. I was so comfortable that, you know what I'm saying, this is during my podcast. So like I was doing my podcast stuff, and I knew ways to like make it better. I knew ways to monetize it. I knew different ways to kind of turn it up a notch, but I was okay with what I had going on because I was cool. Like I wasn't in a situation where like I was fucked up. I was cool. Like I was living. I had money put up. I was living. Like it wasn't urgent. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't any fire up under my ass to make me like, you know what, let me turn this shit up a notch. Like I'll think it in my mind, but I never actually took that step. So funny story is I ended up like making a gamble. Not a real gamble, but like I took a chance. I took like damn near a third of my fucking worth, and I put it up to, you know, triple my worth. And I ended up losing. Bro. And I started looking at my funds like, yo, I'm not gonna make it. I am not going to make it, bro. And the funny thing is, man, I told one of my friends, one of my homies, one of my girls, my homegirls, that, you know what, like I know what I need to do, but it's something that's like I don't have that sense of urgency anymore. You know, I don't have that fire. Like when I first got out of prison, like it was go time. You know what I'm saying? Like not saying that like I'm not a nigga that be moving, like, but it was this such fire in me, this energy that I had to prove to myself that, you know, I'm gonna make this shit happen. And this is what came out of it. You know what I'm saying? This podcast, my brand, this is what came out of it, from me going hard, because it was nothing else when I got out of prison. When I got out of prison, I had a stash that I had to work with, and I invested it towards my brand. And I kind of lost that fire. So the situation with my homegirl, like I told her, like, you know what, man, like I feel like I'm just too comfortable. Like I got this money that I'm chilling on, and it's not pushing me to go further. That was like my crutch. That was like my, you know, like something I could hold on to, like, and just in case. But you thinking that's like, I'm thinking that's a blessing. Okay, I'm blessed to be in this situation. Like, okay, you know what? I don't have to like, I don't really have to do it. I don't. But with me losing all that money, I started figuring shit out. Literally, like figuring shit out. And it's like I kind of spoke that shit into existence. And she was like, when I said it, I was like, yo, I probably need to go broke. She's like, don't ever say that. Don't say that. I was like, nah, but I feel like if I was to like go broke, not saying that I am broke, but looking at my funds, like I can't keep up with this lifestyle that I'm living with that money. So when I said that, like, yo, like if I was to go broke, I would put a plan together so I wouldn't go broke, so I wouldn't fall off. And I don't want to go back to doing anything illegal. So that shit is dead. So like I have no other way out but this right here, my brand, my podcast, me. This is all I have. So I started figuring shit out. I started putting shit together. I started putting my mind to work. The shit that I was thinking of, you know what? Let me put this shit to work. Because if I don't, it's either win or die. And which one is gonna be? I'm not gonna die. Not just die, I mean like fall off, going broke, going back to zero. And it's hard starting off with zero. It's cool when you got a couple bands to play with and you still could, you know what I'm saying, work your move. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying to you is, you might have you know what you really want to do in life. You know that it's something that you want to become, but you're not doing it. You have a plan in your head that you know that you can, that's gonna work, or you think that might work, but you're not doing it. You actually kind of scared, right? You actually kind of scared to move, to act on what you think is gonna work for you. But let me tell you this, man, and like this is me preaching to myself as well. Like, anything is possible. Anything you got going on, that it can work. Anything is possible, but you have to put your all into it. You got to put all of your energy, all of your efforts, all of your time has to go towards that. But when you're in a comfortable state, when you have a job that you're leaning towards, and that's taking 8 hours out your day, and you have a paycheck, it's like, okay, cool, I can get by with this. Knowing you got a whole master plan that's gonna make you $1 million, you choose the easy route, the more comfortable route, because it's easy, because you're comfortable. But you don't want to step out the comfort zone. You don't want to actually put the grind in, go through the blood, sweat, and tears of what might actually be real beneficial to you, that might actually blow up for you. When I look at myself, man, I see a fucking a mogul. I see a star. But like it's certain things that's blocking my blessing, and it's only me. It's the blessings that I think that are blessings, but they're actually a crutch. Me having money to be able to be comfortable with. Yes, I'm investing in myself as I was going along, but it was holding me back. Now that, okay, money getting low, I have to figure it out, and I'm not going back to the bullshit. I got to figure it out with this shit. So like light bulbs started popping off in my head. Like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna stick to this motherfucker. I'm gonna stick to this shit until it take off. Until it take off, I'm gonna invest every dollar that I got into the brand. Like, you gotta really believe in yourself when it comes to your dreams and your aspirations. And I'm nobody to preach, you know what I'm saying? I'm just giving out my thoughts and what I'm telling myself daily. Right? This is something that I struggle with. So like, if you have this ship, you need to sink it. You need to put your back against the wall. Like, if you got a job, quit it. And I know it's a fucked up thing to say, like, damn, I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna live. I bet you 100% that once you're back against the wall, bro, you're gonna figure it out. Just imagine, just look back at your life when you fell off, when you got fired, when you went broke and you came up out of that. Think about how you felt. Think about your morale. Think about your spirit. Think about like the way your mindset was, like, you know what? I gotta fucking get it. I gotta get it. I gotta figure this shit out. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go get me another job. Let me figure out this hustle. Think about it. Everybody has been through that. So you gotta put yourself back in that same state when it comes to the shit that you really want to do. If you want to look up this story, the chapter in the 33 Laws of Strategy is called the Death Ground Strategy. When you're going against death, and death doesn't have to be in a literal sense. The death can be going broke, Death can be losing your job. Death can be anything that's causing you to think like life is over. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Man, about a year ago, man, maybe a little more than that. My phone used to ring daily about different jewels that's coming out, that came out, new scams. Like, it was just coming at me. It was just coming, like every day, like, and I had to make a decision, like, you know what? If I keep relying on this type of shit, if I know that there's always another way, then I'm not gonna figure this shit out. I'm not gonna figure this shit out over here. What's on the good side? So what I had to do was I had to tell myself, no, fuck that, bro. I literally had to, like, that's like millions of dollars over there. I know I can make $1 million over here, but is that really the life that I want? Do I really want to live that life, like looking over my shoulder? You know what I'm saying? Like having the potential to go back to prison. I know for sure I can go make hundreds of thousands, $1 million over here. But how long is that really gonna last? How long can I really do it? Should I go back and do it and run up a couple M's and then go back? But just think about it. If I go run up a couple M's, a couple 100,000, a few 100,000 over here on the bullshit, when I come back to the other side, it's like, where's the energy? Where's the fire? What's gonna push me to actually make this shit work over here when I'm so comfortable over here? I'm sitting on some money. I'm sitting on a sack. My back is not against the wall. You get what I'm saying? So I had to basically sink that ship. I had to basically tell my homies, like, yo, listen, bro, I'm good. Don't call me. I didn't really say just call me, but basically, man, I had to choose. You gotta pick and choose which one you want, bro. And if you stick to something long enough, something has to grow from it. Something has to come up out of it. Even when you think that it's not, like, you have to stick through it. Of course, you're gonna come through hurdles. You're gonna come against brick walls. You're gonna come to dead ends sometimes, and you think that it's over, but you gotta find something that's gonna push you through that. But if you're so comfortable, you'll be like, you know what, man, I'm straight, man. I got some money coming in over here. I'm straight. You gotta sink the ship, and you can sink the ship with everything in life, man. Like, and you could translate this to even relationships. You know, like, some people are scared to leave people. Some people are scared to get out of relationships because they're so comfortable in it, knowing that it's not good for them, knowing that they can have a better life outside of this relationship, knowing that this person is toxic for them, that this relationship ain't really going nowhere. But people kind of stay in that situation because that's what they're comfortable with. They're scared to go off, to leave. I'm gonna just stay right here because this is what I know. I mean, I don't know what else is out there. I mean, this probably is bad, but I don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to. You know damn well there's something out there better for you. You know damn well that you can go live the life that you deserve. You can go get the person that deserves you. But some people will stay in a situation, stay in a relationship because they've been in it for a long time, and they're scared. They're scared to move on. So you can take this with relationships, you can take this with business, you can take this with just life in general. in order to move on, to level up in life, you have to sink that ship. You gotta let whatever is holding you back from your greatness, from your destiny, from the life that you want, the life that you deserve, sink the ship. Take them crutches off and kick it and put your back against the wall, and I bet you that something's gonna come from it. I'm not just preaching, I'm telling you how it relates to me, how it correlates to my life. And you probably over there thinking like, damn, you know what? I actually do want to start a podcast. Or damn, I actually don't want to be in this relationship. Like, it's a lot of things that you can compare this to. In order to level up in life, you're gonna have to let some things go. You know what's holding you back. You know what is stopping you from greatness. Sometimes you gotta let that shit go and believe, have a belief system that, you know what, this gotta work. Either it's gonna work or it's gonna work. That need to be the mindset. Either it's gonna work or it's going to work. That's my only two options. That's the only way. Because if you have a doubt in your mind that, man, this shit might not work, then it might not work. That's the thing. Like, that's the law of attraction. That's the universe. You have to go on your belief system. You have to believe all the way 100% in yourself. I was having a conversation with my brother not too long ago. He was like, man, I remember you was in mommy basement and you was like, bro, I got $500 to my name. I literally had $500 to my name and I don't even remember that shit. But I was so determined back then that I was not going to live like this, bro. I had a plan, I had a goal, and I went for it. I quit school, I quit working. I had a girlfriend at the time that telling me, like, you should get a job. You need to do this. You ain't got no money. Man, fuck that. I had a plan, I had a goal. And I went for it and it worked out. It wasn't, man, that shit might not work out, man. I might have to get a job. No, man, this shit's about to work. This shit has to work. I had $500 back in 2012. Everybody's been in them situations where they was at their lowest, and look at you now. How did you get from that point to where you're at now? You persevered. You kept going. You kept pushing yourself to get to where you at. But it doesn't stop, because if you're comfortable, if you're satisfied with where you're at, then it's cool. There's no need to keep pushing. But if you know you got this dream for yourself, man, that shit, you got to use that same energy. You got to use that same mindset that you had back then. I'm not taking no for an answer. Sink the ship. You can be a conqueror too. You can be a ruler too. Anything is possible. That's my mindset. Anything is possible. Who knows what might come from me doing podcasts? I know. I'm be on TV. I'm be a star. I'm be famous. Look at me. Look at me, man. I never knew I was on podcast, but you know, this what came to me, and I went with it. I could have been like, man, I don't know, man, this shit might not work out. Man, ain't nobody gonna listen to a nigga. When you got that type of mindset, that's what's gonna come out of it, man. This shit got to work. This podcast right here gonna make me millions of dollars. You know why? Because I said so. That's why. It's because I said so. This podcast is gonna open so many doors for me because I said so. This podcast is gonna make me famous and blow and 10x, 100x my life. Why? Because I said so. I'm not saying it might. It might open doors for me. It might make me millions of dollars. It might make me famous. No, it will. And that's it. That's it. It's written. That's all I'm going for. I'm not taking nothing less. Let's compare this to women. Let's compare this to women. You niggas out there, you want a certain caliber of women. You want a certain type of a woman, but you don't have her. Because why? You still dealing with what you're used to. You still dealing with the same shit you've been dealing with. You gotta sink that ship. You gotta tell yourself, nah, I'm done. I'm done dealing with that. I'm done dealing with regular. I'm done dealing with project girls. I'm done dealing with whatever girl that you're dealing with. If you wanna level up in life, you gotta tell yourself no to the old, yes to the new. Real shit. Even with women and men. Women, you keep converting back to these niggas that you're used to. These same niggas that you keep attracting is because you're saying yes to them. You got to tell yourself, no, I want this, and be specific. I want this, and that's all I'm. When them typing up, when the old come around, no, I don't give a fuck how good you look. I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm straight. You gotta tell yourself, nah, I'm good, and start attracting what you want. Start putting your mind like this is what I'm accepting. So you can take this sink the ship mentality, this you could take this analogy and compare it to a lot of things in life. It's basically, it's either win or win. And you gotta give yourself no other option but to win. That's it. That's the fucking recipe. That is the recipe. Are y'all having self-talks? I look at myself in the mirror and tell myself I am famous. I am wealthy. I got the #1 podcast in the world. And you know what's crazy? People actually comment that on my fucking comments in my videos. Where did that come from? Oh, bro, your podcast is about to blow. Your podcast is like, yo, nigga, where is this shit coming from? This is me telling myself in the mirror, telling the universe, and people are seeing this. I gotta really believe in this shit. 6 months from now, I'm out of here. That's the moral of the story, man. I know somebody got something out of this. I don't give a fuck if it was one person. I don't give a fuck if it was one person, man. If you was looking for a sign, this is the sign. If you was looking for a sign to start a business, start a podcast, level up in life, leave your boyfriend, leave your girlfriend, this the sign. Sink the ship. And that's all I have for you tonight. So, with that being said, man, you know what time it is, man. Listen, man, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't. Like this, man. This page is going up, man. I got Uncut Live going up. People are loving it. It's only gonna get better and better. If you want to level up in life and learn from me, like, join the community, man. Like, I'm all in. I'm all in. All in. Go ahead and copy some merch. www.richandunemployed.net. I'm gonna leave it in the description. Cop some merch, man. I got some new merch coming out. If y'all want to support, man. If y'all want me going back to the bullshit, support, man. Like, it's some dope shit. I mean, if you don't think it's dope, then don't buy it. I don't want people just buying it just to buy it. I want you to love my shit. If it's dope, it's dope. If it's cool, it's cool. If it ain't, it ain't. Real shit. It was Late Night Special, man. Rich and Unemployed, the podcast. And we out.